We'll be presenting the effectiveness of my FixMySpawnR mod, which is a server-side mod which aims to fix the lag that can be induced or will be induced by mob spawners. Mob spawners, let me just give me one real quick here. Mob spawners run a complex logic to look for players in the neighborhood and then spawn entities if needed. Now the problem is the block will look for players like constantly. Now as you can see, just popping down one block doesn't actually change anything to our ticks. This is only a goal, you don't have to look at this, just check at the minimum, the average and the maximum milliseconds it takes for a game to react. Excuse me. So let's get rid of all the entities. I think I've got one in my, yeah, there we go. Let's kill all the entities. Now, the problem starts to arise when you're on a big server, so in single player this mob won't do a lot. Once you're on a big server, you got like 10 or 20 people in, and if like 3 or 4 mob spawners are constantly loaded by these 10 people, you've got like 40 or 50 spawners that are effectively being loaded. Now to show something decent or visible on the spectrum, we're going to spawn in 1,600 spawners. So let's start with that. Just like one layer of spawners, which will show us how much it actually affects ticks once there's a bunch of them. We want to spawn in a spawner with spawn data, because I'm not gonna click every single one of these with the egg. We want an entity in here, and we want it to be a zombie. This should work. There we go. Now we got all the zombies here, and as you can see, the maximum ticks per second currently is 21. Now you will see when the mod effectively kicks in after 1,700 ticks, to which I set the timer. You will be seeing the maximum ticks going down by half. There you go. Like more than half, that's a third. It's 2/3, sorry. It's like 66%. It's back up to 30 for some reason. That's because there's been a spike. But, as you can see, the mod does effectively work. Now the thing is, the spawners won't actually work anymore. Like, there won't be any new zombies. But that's something you can edit in the config file. So you can have the deadlock hop in like 3, 4, or 5 Minecraft days, depending on how long you think the players will need to actually discover a spawner and enjoy it still. Because if you set it to like 100 ticks, every spawner will be like immediately deadlocked. The thing is, you can put on a redstone torch and the spawner will work again. So if I just... Oh, stop! Just a minute, just a minute. This is me reviewing the footage. Now, turns out redstone torches actually give off more light than I thought they would. So, the spawners are not finding a suitable place for zombies to spawn on because of too much light. So, I made you a clip here in which I still didn't know what I was doing, but in the end, I just pop on a redstone dust and you can see that the mod is effectively working. Thank you. Off we go. Actually, maybe that was the problem before. Let me just put out a redstone dust and a lever. Might be working better regarding, yeah, there you go, regarding light level. So a redstone dust on top of it and a lever is probably the best solution, because a redstone torch has slightly too much light level. Now we saw that it effectively got halved or more. Like, it's not really meaningful. The average and the minimum stay the same, but the maximum will go down, and at larger scale this will definitely help. That's why I got here a little tower setup in which I can edit, let me just edit the end point here. There we go. I want this to not work for a hot minute because I want to edit the one down here. I want to spawn a 16,000 spawners in, just to show you how big the impact could potentially be. And in essence, it's not that much, but the tiniest bit you can get back as a server owner, I know it's just going to be that much better after a while. Just the little bits all add up, you know. Okay, now I'm starting to feel a bunch of lag because of all the entities and my frames tanking. The DPS is going up like a bunch, but that's just how ticking blocks work. Now if we wait a hot minute, you can even see the minimum and the average drastically drop down. I suspect, yeah, there we go. It went from 20 minimum, 20 average, and like 40 maximum or 80 maximum, I forgot, to a stable 9 minimum and 10 average. But the 10 average is just because of all the mobs and the actual blocks, which do still run some logic, you know, to not be completely deficient. And once the entities are gone, you can see that the game is still running at a decent number of average and maximum ticks. So I hope this was any helpful, and I hope you will be using my mod to improve like the tiny bits of your server. Thank you.